Why? Why is your man over there giving that kind of energy? Yani, you cannot see me. I am literally walking in with you, and the first thing you clock is some other bitch and her in a big batty gal looking.
And you probably
fine
did
ass.
compliment her in the morning.
Gosh. You left the house, you have chappered crayons, unaka, like the Crayola,
And
whatever.
then your man is gassing up another babe. That is wild.
You've bought a new outfit. Yani, it's new. Mbaka inanuka. It's new. Mbaka it's smelling
Inanuka
new.
taki.
Inanuka taki.
Hi, we are two buddies, one mic. And my name is Turife. Happy 14th episode.
My name is Kathomi, and this is officially episode 15. What?
Wow, it's not 14, it's 15.
It's 15.
It's the end of the season.
Yes. We've shot 14 episodes consistently. And I saw something today that really encouraged me because it said like 80% of podcasters dip after the first 4 episodes, right?
We're in episode 14.
Ni 14?
Hey, karibu nipate heart attack.
I thought we did 14 last week.
No, this is 14. We started prepping very early.
Gosh. In my mind, we're already done with that. Anyway, so apparently we are on, if we get to episode 20, we'll be like on the 80th percentile. But if we get to episode 21, then we are in the 1%. And we will not fail. Like that's where people start to actually make it.
Okay.
Yes.
Me have been waiting to make it for a hot minute.
So we are pushing P, and you better be loving us.
And the only way we're gonna make it is if you subscribe to our YouTube channel, if you follow, if you share, if you like, if you do all those things, the bell, the notifications, please help us succeed. Okay?
Especially
don't sit
the
on our
bell
star.
notification.
Exactly.
Please just put it on so that every time we upload an episode, you can
know
be
about
able to
it.
see it. Yeah.
Now, we had a very recent encounter, very interesting encounter that happened. We were on an elevator and we got in.
No, you're going ahead of it.
First, he got in first, this
Yes.
guy, this very good looking, tall, handsome man.
Very well dressed.
He gets into the elevator and then he holds for us. And we were quite a distance.
We were.
So we had to do that couple-lite.
Okay.
Exactly.
Hop and run.
We hop in and we're like, oh, this is nice. And he had conversation, banter. So Kathami is with a compliment, she's like, oh, that's a really nice watch. And he said, yeah, my wife has really good taste. She got it for me.
Wow! Immediately, I started gassing him up, but I think it may have gone off on the wrong side. But still, immediately I went like, damn, okay. I was so happy for his wife. I was so proud of him because immediately, like, people keep saying that you cannot interject. You cannot put in that I have a girlfriend, I have a wife, I have a fiance, I have something. But him, the first words out of his mouth, my wife got it for me.
So impressed. And that sets the precedent. That is how men should bring in their wives, girlfriends, significant others into the conversation. So we started thinking about how would you want to be introduced, or how do you want your significant other to be talking about you, especially in public. As for me, I want you to involve me in conversations that don't even involve me.
Nothing to do with me.
You're seated with your boys, you guy, my guy, we chapa one boti, we do this. And then you're like, my wife, she recycles these bottles and uses them to kimo. That's the type of conversation I want to hear, okay? I want you to bring me into conversations where I'm not even supposed to be. You guy, my guy, you saw the people for the climate were here. I'm like, yes, my guy. In our house, the climate of our home solely rests on the mood of my wife, my fiance, my girlfriend. You just want your man to be all about you because girls were like that. Mame.
We be gassing you up.
But what about boys?
What are you doing?
Do you do my girl, my fiance, my wife? What are you doing?
And immediately I got home, I dropped this story on as always, I dropped this story on my fiance. Sometimes I feel like I snitch on myself a bit too hard because that was me complimenting a guy and then I'm coming to tell my fiance that I complimented a guy. I digress. So I came and told him, babe, do you know what? I want to know if you ever do this. And of course he gassed me up a little, like, Abby, but like I just want him to introduce himself in this way. Whenever he receives a phone call, hello, this is Faith's fiance. Sorry. This is Katomi's fiance.
It's your name. Accept it.
I'm called Faith in this household. This is Katomi's fiance, love of her life, light of her life, and betrothed. To be married. See, mimi nakuwa betrothed. Ni yeye amekuwa betrothed. Betrothed to be married to her in 2 months. How may I assist you? I do not care whether you're calling your boss. I do not care whether it's your boss calling you. I do not care who is calling you. It could be your bank manager. As long as those words do not, your mutaratara, you know, that string of words doesn't come out of your mouth like that, we have a problem, because I just saw evidence that it's possible to do it. So who are you? What is stopping you from representing me everywhere you go?
Even the girl on Love Island, she was very quick to set that boundary. She was like, girls take that as flirting. Girls take being nice to them as flirting. Don't be out here kicking with anyone. Me, I want my man to have a mean face all the time.
Why do we know the shape of your teeth?
Don't smile at anybody. Don't talk to... Mtu akianguka huko, Peter. Why does it concern you? Why are you a good Samaritan?
Thank you.
If you see somebody in distress, leave them.
It's not your matter.
It's not a girlfriend.
No.
Okay?
No.
Like, shut it down. Stop being polite to everyone. If somebody says hi to you, receiving your greetings from me and my wife. Respectfully. Hi, how you doing? We are doing well, my wife and I, you know. As for me and my house, we are okay. That's the kind of energy I want my man to be out here doing.
And another way of, and this is us also asking you, how do you want your partner, male or female, to represent you, to like, involve you in everything. The mere fact that you exist is the light of his life and the path of his direction. And you are the core pillar of that household. Without you, he would be shaken to the ground by the devils. Don't play with us. So how would you want your partner to introduce you? I think another thing which I immediately receiving a compliment, and I think we go back to this guy. When he gets a compliment, right? I'm sorry, I'm stealing your points. When he gets a compliment from literally anyone, male or female, that energy, that glow of saying, yeah, she picked it out for me. I may not have bought it, but
my wife picked it for me. That man. Wow. I
collected everything. You're looking head to toe. In fact, why are you getting compliments? Didn't I compliment you on the way out? I literally told you, babe, what?
Looking nice.
Look like a 10 out of 10. Why are you receiving compliments from other people? You should be rejecting them immediately. You look very nice. I like your shirt. Like, thank you. My girlfriend said so. My girlfriend picked it out for me. My wife picked it out for me.
Exactly.
I really like how you're dressed. My wife put it together.
My wife. My girlfriend, she's a very good designer. You should check her out. Here's her Insta.
Thank you. Get us more followers in that way.
Sio mtu anakuficha kama bangi. Anasema tu thank you very much. Even you look good. What do you mean?
Even.
What do you mean? Why are you reciprocating compliments? And it just goes down to, do you compliment your partner as they're leaving the house? Especially for guys, because we expect as babes, your man is going to gas you up. The minute you dress up, your makeup is A1, he's going to say, oh baby, you look good, you look stunning. As in, I was blinded by your beauty. We expect all of that, but do we do the same? Do you compliment your man? Akitoka sema tu, wow, wamalize waishe. Tokelezea huko waanguke. As in, finish them. Do you give the same energy that you expect? That's the question.
I think it's very important for you to make whoever your person is, the person in your life, they need to feel good on the way out. It boosts your confidence in the same way that you've just mentioned when you're told you look like a 10 over 10 minus 10 or plus 10 minus nothing. You want the other person to also feel the same way as they're stepping out of the house. Yani akitoka kwa nyumba mpaka amejua new one-liners. Me, I con every time una throw something in there that is on the trend. You know, I keep saying that kijana barubaru thing. It's problematic.
She says it a lot.
Kijana barubaru. Wow, looking good, man. Hey, Turn around, let me see you.
Tukukantu and others should come and sue you.
Yes,
Yeah.
I just that's the one for me. You know, is the one for me. So I think it's very, very important to give that confidence boost to anyone else, and don't make it insincere, because you know sometimes there's a way you can come off as insincere.
Yeah.
Just do it as like funny banter. It doesn't have to be too serious. You know, ebus mama.
Isikae kama joke.
Gosh.
Have you ever been complimented and then it sounds violent?
It does.
As in, wow, turn around.
zunguka kidogo.
Geuka nione, fanya hivi. Wow.
Like,
Why,
what did I?
why are you being aggressive?
Is this a yoga
fix hapa
instruction?
ndio ikuwe vizuri sasa.
Gosh.
Sasa uko sawa. No, don't do that.
No,
That's
thank
too
you.
much. And also, why should they give out compliments? You know? We gave out a compliment because, it was in the moment. But do you expect your man or your partner to be out here just dishing out compliments? Me, I want them to say like this. Wow, what a nice dress you have on. Even my wife would have looked very good in that dress.
Where did you buy it?
Where did you buy it so I can buy it for my wife?
Buy it for my wife.
Wow,
Oh, my
nice
days.
shoes. My wife has a smaller size of toe than you. But you looking good anyhow. That's the type of energy I'm trying to see.
Leave it alone. I remember we spoke about this yesterday on the show when we were talking about Kabiwa Jesus and Miliwa Jesus, and you talked about how every time Nika the Queen would come in, he'd be like over there gassing her up, being like, "Bitch,
the
looking like
bunda."
Why is your man over there giving that kind of energy? Yani, you cannot see me. I am literally walking in with you, and the first thing you clock is some other bitch and her in a big batty gal looking.
And he probably
fine
did
ass.
compliment her in the morning.
Gosh. You left the house, you have chappered crayons, unaka, like the Crayola,
And then
whatever.
your man is gassing up another babe. That is wild.
You've bought a new outfit. Jenny, it's new. Mbaka inanuka. It's new. Mbaka it's smelling
Inanuka
new.
taki.
Inanuka taki. Nothing. Immediately he sees another one. Yeah, it's like, wow.
Big butty girl, thin waist.
Where fine girl, no pimple. Yo, let me tell you.
She
Smack
even
across
cried.
the-
As in she cried.
You're making your wife not cry. Because she's told you once, she's probably told him in private multiple times. And I hate that she constantly has to defend her, she has to present her case in public. Most of the random fights they normally have is usually very public. So it means either you have fear of telling him in your house, or you've told him enough times and he doesn't hear you, so you want all of us to hold him accountable.
Yeah.
But it's a lot. He's over there taking an interview saying, yes, she's the most loved woman in Kenya, and now we are traveling to Johannesburg, and therefore she shall also be the most loved woman in Africa and sometime in the world. No, they're going to Seychelles. We're going to Seychelles, and she's going to probably be the most loved woman in the world. Hey, Nika, damn.
Looking good, babe.
Make it make sense.
Looking good.
Make it
What?
make sense.
As in to the point where other people are looking at you mad.
They're like,
Damn.
you know when people just, there's like a, yeah, like a,
Anyway.
where is your matter? But I hope you do the same for your men. And you give them this tall order. There's a difference between dramatic and being honest about what you expect. Know the difference, toe your line, and create these rules and regulations.
True that. True that. That's the
And-
expectation, guys.
Yeah.
That's the expectation.
And we want to know what yours are as well. Moving on really quickly, we get into another segment of the show because I feel like, wow, tunaona kwenye YouTube mnataka tuwafanyie short videos. These ones for you. These ones for you, 10 minutes. We see you. We see you on the metrics. So this is a very interesting thing I watched in the morning, and I think I sent it to Turi as well. It was a video of this person talking about the learned behavior, like things they've learned from their parents that even now they kind of just like, oh, what? Why am I like this?
Why am I my father's
Why
daughter?
am I like this? And he gave the most ridiculous example where his mother was like a proper spender. Like this babe would go in the supermarket, she carrying everything. Akona truly anaka kama zile za Ambare jana walilipa 168,000. I'm just like, well, love it for you, babes.
This couple, by the way, they always pop up in our mouths.
They do.
But anyway.
It's because we love them.
We love
you know,
them.
You guys are your goals. But anyway, shopping 168,000. And then the dad would literally never even go to the supermarket.
Hata hachukui
Na
trolley.
akiingia hivi nikaa anachungulia alafu anahepa. So he ended up becoming
The
one
best
of those
of both
people,
worlds.
yes, who's like either doing too much or doing nothing at all. Like you would go to the snack section, look at the snacks and just go like, yeah, I don't need any of this. I really, and I can't equal. And then, you know those people who, have you ever been to the supermarket and seen someone, amesoma care label, amesoma expiry, like they are reading everything about this brand after brand after brand to see which brand works for me. And eventually they pick the best brand for them. So he would do that. He would go to the supermarket, he's looking at everything, he's like, is this what I need? Yes, this is what I need. And then immediately leave it and go home. Or it would be the other extreme where he'd like walk into a supermarket, see TVs, and get the biggest, most expensive one, and then immediately regret it.
Because you deserve it.
Yes, because
Why
you
not?
deserve it. But now that balance for him, he's never been able to fully strike it because of that learned behavior. And so of course, we're going to talk about the learned behaviors from like other, maybe not necessarily your parents, but even other people. Like some behavior you picked up somewhere and you're just like, okay.
Mine is the exact opposite. My dad will go and buy the most frivolous things. He'll enter the supermarket and will fill the carts. You know, at home, my mom is practical. She wants to buy things like dengu, moshere, ugali, mupeleke gevei. You know, like those, she's thinking of sustainability. But my dad is thinking flashy, okay? So he goes to the supermarket and just a trolley anaweka sweetie, anaweka hii. So I grew up in such a dynamic where one person is clutching onto their coins and saving and making sensible purchases, and the other one is like, we're here for a good time, not a long time, okay?
Actually, we're here for a long time, not a good time.
So having that balance,
yeah,
it's very difficult. I even enter the supermarket and I'm like, do I buy snacks for my son to make him happy, or do I buy unga ya ugali? And it's a genuine struggle. And I'm like, wow. I'm gonna buy the sweets, and then tomorrow we'll figure out pesa ya unga itatoka wapi. So it's a problem. It really is a problem.
Yeah.
Another thing is a learned behavior I actually got from my mom is putting trash in your handbag.
Uko na receipts za 3 months ago.
No, as simple as I was eating a banana somewhere.
Oh no.
And then
I
look around and I can't see a dustbin.
Oh no, the peels.
You know that banana peel is going to go into my handbag. And then it will stay in my handbag until I get home and use the dustbin at home. And it's so ingrained in my mind, like small things. I was eating a sweet, I can't see a dustbin around, I don't have my handbag with me, I'll put it in my pocket. Any small trash I accumulate, if I don't have a pocket, I'll put it here. It's just something that I grew up seeing. I grew up. Well, grew up.
You grew up and grew up.
Exactly. Hata hii seminar ya climate change, I think wangeita mama yangu, because she has been keeping Nairobi clean since 96, since when I was born. And that's what I saw growing up.
Damn.
And I haven't stopped doing it.
That is crazy. I mean, banana peels.
Aki.
And then you forget them for like a week.
That's why I even stopped eating bananas, because I knew nikikosa dustbin around.
Unaingisha kwa mfuko.
Itaingia tu kwa, because
Ribena.
For the life
of me. I was always wondering why you're always carrying empty ninis of Ribena.
I can't leave it
she
down.
She will literally be empty. She's drunk, it's finished. She's over there just shaking it like this. I'm like,
I can't drop it. It'll just feel wrong.
Dustbin.
Hadi nione dustbin. Ndo nitatupa.
Well, I've learned something about you today. Yes. Oh my God. I think for me, and I will quote Brandy Miner's song. Any money me I get. Any money me I just
me I go spend that.
At a wallet sijai beba. Niku swipe na kutuma. Any money I get, I go chop them.
Every little change.
I go chop them. And I think for me it is because my mom had this statement. I will never forget this statement. And up until now, when I'm doing something, I will hear her voice going, Kesho itajililia. Kesho itajililia.
Tomorrow's problem.
Worry about today.
Uh-huh.
Kesho itajililia. Ati kesho itajililia. She said YOLO before YOLO was a thing. You know, you only live once, so everything. Hey, my God, I would just make the worst decisions. The worst decisions. And she would enable it by even going so far as, okay, I have 10,000 shillings. Now, it's your birthday. You want me to do a party for you? Or you want to take your money, go and shop somewhere else. Do you get me? Like, if I have 500 bob, here it is. Take your money. If you want to go and do shopping for school, go do shopping for school. If you want to go and eat everything in one day and finish, go and finish. So it got me to that point where, like, because of that lack, and I remember even when she traveled and went to the UK and stayed with my dad for a while, I was like in high school and she left me her ATM card. Bro, I'm like 15. Yani mimi nilikuwa na sorry, najua inaingianga senior civil servant. Najua inaingianga wiki ya kwanza exactly the day. I know where it is. Mimi ninatoka shule ni nafaa kuwa nanunulia shopping watu. Mimi ndio na make sure gas imenunuliwa, like you are the financial adult. But before that, zile sweetie umenunua na Shoprite. Yani it became such a
and it's nonsense things you're buying.
It's usually the most mundane things. You want to go to the club, you want to, you know, and those days I never used to drink, so kazi yangu ilikuwa unanunua ma Red Bull.
Unachafua meza na Fanta.
Pia kila mtu apewe Fanta.
Soft drinks.
So like it became like a problem for me. I never really learned how to manage it until I think after, where I struggled a lot. But that YOLO thing, that kesho tajililia thing, wow. It has led me to be a spendthrift. I could have, and I have had money, like money, mpaka you're like, bruh, yo, how you go in the supermarket and come back out with negative amount? It's crazy.
Unanunua kila kitu.
It's crazy. You just kutanunua fridge, ununue microwave, Kenny. Gosh. Useless things. So YOLO for me is something I have had. Now I'm kind of unlearning it because I am an adult. Well, not fully in my mind. I have not registered, but I know people look at me as an adult. Nikianza kuitwa madam, it's adulting.
Imeacha kwa sister, imekuwa madam.
Imeacha kwa sis. Siku hizi nitangwa madam based on how I've dressed. Wow. Saa zingine unakaa madam, saa zingine unakaa supare, saa zingine unakaa auntie.
Wow. I'm about to do that stretch from here to work, so I'll tell you.
Okay.
Take your sister, I'm a madam.
Okay.
Another thing is plastic bags. You know how I think this is an issue affecting
African households.
Yep. There's always a plastic bag for all the plastic bags. And then when plastic bags were banned, sisi tulikuwa bado na circulation. As in we kept that circulation going for a hot minute because we had so many plastic bags.
That drawer.
You know, we used to have a day for washing said plastic bags.
Sorry, what?
Sisi meka huko for long or whatever and you want to use them. So hiyo siku unachukua omo, maji, kazi yako ni kufua plastic bags, unazirinse, unazianika. Zinagongwa hivyo unajua, alafu you put them back. As in, the things we used to do. And then when plastic bags are no longer a thing, now as an adult, I find myself accumulating shopping bags. Carrefour, Naivas, Chandarana, Food Plus. I have all this in plenty. Hadi najiuliza, why don't I usually just have one bag on me? So that when I enter a supermarket, I don't have to carry something else. It's gotten to a point where sometimes we'll go to the supermarket with Kathomi and we're like, apana usiweke bag.
Niko na kwa gari.
So now we're walking out of the supermarket, niko na sausage hapa baridi, niko na minced meat, nazibeba hivi kama mtoto. Because I know it would be a sin to buy an additional bag when I have millions. Hadi sina space kwa drawer.
Do you know, I got to a point with this bag situation, but I went to Carrefour and I'm like, I have many bags. Do you usually buy them back? They're like, they don't. Nikasema, mimi nikanua 50 bag moja. Nitabeba mpaka iraruke. Aisha, nowadays, ask her, Gary, back seat, we have like 4 or 5 bags.
You have to. And even when they're also in the car, you'll still forget them.
You'll forget.
And walk into the mall. Like a babe.
You
just walk in.
We bought more bags.
Wow.
She won us.
Nilikuwa alafu nikajiuliza surely nitabeba hizo vitu. It was an assortment of things.
It was
Somebody
far.
would have judged me for for carrying all of those things in the open. I was like, is she a
Are you shopping
serial
for a
killer?
child?
You know what's happening? What is going on here?
Wilding.
My list was suspicious.
Wilding. For me, I think I learned this when it's a bittersweet memory for me, but still it's a habit I learned. Now, one day I'll never forget, like every time my dad will come back from the UK, to visit the family after 5 years when he remembers he has a family, he would come to the house, and then everywhere we would go, literally everywhere we would go, he would leave someone a tip of like a G and above. He could have refused to give you money to go and buy lollipop, but he will give a random stranger a G. That is the sad memory.
Alisema service people are my people.
Hiyo ndio the sad memory. Tukienda kwa filling station, shikatao. As in he would refuse to give you money, but he would give it to the service staff. But that's the dark past. Let's look at the moral of the story here. My dad, ever since I have known him, would always tip serving anyone who's serving us in any capacity. Like you are a worker in a filling station, the petrol station, you will get money. You are a waitress, you will get money. You give him a nice haircut, or you give him a haircut in general, you would get money. You shine his shoes, amekulipa 50 bob for shoe shine, but anakuongezea karwabe juu. Like, so it defeats the purpose of the negotiation at the beginning, but here we are. He would always tip people. And I think now, as a person, I feel guilty if I go anywhere and I don't tip someone, especially considering the fact that I've also been in the service industry, and I know how sometimes that 50 bob, it
Makes a difference.
It can really save your life. It can be the transport. It can be the difference between you walking from village market to Ngara. Huh? It can be that 50 bob that you need to buy that airtime so you can call whoever. Like, that small change will make a huge difference. So I always tip. Ask Turi. It is problematic. And even when I don't have money, I am usually the first person to ask for, where is your wallet? It's gone so bad that the other day we were at Ghetto on Tuesday. We were at Ghetto, and as we were leaving, I was like, do we tip? He's like, yeah, let's tip. Do you have money on M-Pesa? Because usually if it's like a lady who served us, either we give them cash or I do it. I don't know, it just became a thing after a huge thing. Anyway, it's just become second nature that if it's a lady, I will tip, yeah? If I don't have cash, I'll give them on my M-Pesa. So I didn't have cash on M-Pesa, so it became like a whole thing, and I felt so guilty when I left because I didn't have cash, and he didn't have cash. So we left, and I feel so guilty. Even now, I feel like maybe I should go back because she will totally remember me, whatever. But I feel super guilty about it. And in the same beat, I never ever have something for just myself. My dad always told me, if you're buying something, buy two. Especially if you have people around you. So I never have anything for just me. And I think sometimes you blow your own trumpet. Is it true or is it not true?
It is true.
Yeah, I always have something for two people. I will never just have the one thing for me. And if I have the one, I will share it with whoever else. Because again, always have something for two people is like a thing I was taught a lot later as an adult by my dad still. But I have carried it on, and sometimes it's detrimental because ukona so much and unataka kubuy chips. So tadu, utakosa kubuy sometimes because it's tough.
Unaweza kuwa to the villain useme uko na soap ya. Mimi nilikuwa na craving. I don't know about you. Mimi nasikia kula waru. I don't know about you, so na ujabla ni kidogo. So
It is what it is.
It is what it is. Another very ghetto habit that I found myself carrying into my adulthood. Thank God I no longer have to do that right now. As in, wow, started from the bottom, now we're here.
Damn.
Even natumia dish soap. As in, I use dish soap, branded dish soap.
Man, inahonga morning fresh.
Kuna ingine mpya inakaa kama jelly. It's very nice.
Ooh.
It looks like jelly. It looks like bubbles. Very nice. It smells very good.
Okay.
Yes. There was a time, wow, the funi ya kuosha vyombo. So it will get to a point where it becomes small. So kakikuwa kadogo, munakaeka kando. Alafu those two small pieces, when they accumulate,
It becomes a big soap again.
now you boil them. What do you mean? See, you have to make a regular block. So now you would boil those small, around the house, collecting small pieces of soap. You boil them, and then you stir, and then you put them in rectangular shapes into a container. Hadi tulikuwa na cupboard kambao, so you would make this rectangular, and it becomes like 2 bars of soap, and you continue the cycle over and over and over again. And I remember coming into into uni, going to campus, your first semester nimeaccumulate to soap twangu. And then I found myself going to our coil, because you can't cook with gas in the hostel. Coil, steamer, nikaekela kasufuri kangu kadogo, nikaeka tusabuni twangu na mai, nikaanza stirring, like a witch, because that's like witchcraft, concoctions, potions. And it doesn't smell nice because it's panga soap, it's jamaa, it's giving broke. Anyway, nikamaliza awa kangu nikakaeka kwa container, nikaeka ikaset. The next morning, I think it was after like 2 days, it's become solid. Nikaenda kuosha nayo nguo. My bedmate was flabbergasted. Wow. She was shocked. Wow. She was like, this is what you all do in the ghetto? Wow.
By the way, to be honest, climate change, they should have called your mother.
You said you were poor.
They really should have called your mother.
You didn't say you were poor. You're like, what's this?
Like there's broke and then there's broke. Like y'all are broke. Wow. What? You are broke. Can you unaishi?
If you see me outside
shining.
Using my money, can you just know I've come from somewhere?
No, but like it's so smart, because I've seen even hotels do that. They have a processing facility where they send there's a factory where they get like these remainder soaps. They collect all these hotel soaps and then do the same process and then make them new soap again. So you're over there in the hotel saying, me, I can't. You're using recycled soap too, babes.
Can you steal it? Don't say, I'm so classy. Steal it.
Steal.
Go home with it.
Niko na Twinkie. To lotion, to conditioner.
Nasikianga aibu if somebody goes to my bathroom and then decides to be nosy. They'll really judge me because I have
Heritage, Radisson, Ivo, Emara, Ivo.
Anywhere I have gone, I've carried. I'm like Denzel Washington. I'm living here with something. That's the kleptomaniac just jumps out. They're like, wow, that's portable.
No, but
can fit my handbag.
Damn, I respect your mom. Like I feel like if my mom was like that, I'd probably be like a better human in terms of how I spend my money. But alas, here we are, blaming our childhood trauma and our adult decisions on parents who stopped adulting us when we got to 18. Do we have another one? Oh my God. Hey, this hoarding, one. Nimeiona. Say it then.
Hoarding things. Umekuwa, that American episode, Hoarders, where they'd come to someone's house and wamejaa magazeti and then we're like judging them. We could never. Saa hizo mama yako akona container yenye alitumia kuosha nayo. As in, things you really don't need. In my bedroom, because our bedroom became the default storeroom at some point. Unnecessary things, shoes from when you were born, as they refuse to let go of things. Ameenda huko collect kitu akasema I might need to use it, and that's usually the justification.
Yep.
A time may arise.
Better have it and not need it than need it
when
and not
I will
have
need it.
Yeah.
And I suffered the same thing. Because even as an adult, sometimes when I'm clearing out my clothes, something I know very well deep down, I will never wear. And then I tell myself, a time may come when I regret giving away this dress. And it's already small, and I'm like, a time may come when I lose weight. What will happen then? As if I won't have money to buy more clothes. So that's actually a problem.
Let me tell you, it's a big problem. I should walk you through the closets in this house and my bathroom and that place where I keep my makeup. Because you will be shocked. They can, gift boxes tumejaa.
To container.
Boxes to gifts. Na gift bags. Uko na small size ikipanda hivyo. Ni kama hautapata gifts tena. My God. Conditioner, yeah, last year. I even
Iko.
showed you I had an allergic reaction the other day. Conditioner, nini, not conditioner, primer ya 2 years ago, bado niko nayo. Makeup nini ya 2 years ago, bado niko nayo. Now I've even made it a habit of like giving away stuff which I know other people will use instead of like hogging and holding, because wow, if you look at my bathroom, mpaka nimeishiwa na space, sasa nimeanza kuencroach on the bathtub.
Ukinunulia ka chocolate, kakuja na ka box kazuri.
I
will consume
kwanza
the
ikiwa na kale
chocolate.
ka nini ka ribbon.
Ka box, nitaachana nako? No, I have boxes of empty boxes.
Of chocolate.
Just because they're cute and they're pretty and they look nice, I keep them. I hold on to them. That is, wow, very disgusting.
It's very problematic.
Perfume bottles, perfume boxes. And I remember the last time I told you, my house help, that scandal, the key bottle, the container, she took out the perfume akaekelea hapo because it was empty. Akaekelea hapo kwa window, alafu akaniambia, Mama Lia, mnaweza chukua hii container sababu hiyo marashi imeisha. As in, she was not asking if she can have it. She was telling
you guys to let this go.
And for whatever reason, it actually hurt me. It irritated me.
I'm like, why are you dictating when I can throw my own things?
Why are you taking my container? That's my container.
What's your problem?
And then I asked myself, why am I mad about a container that I will never use?
Yeah.
Yogurt.
Oh, anyway, yogurt
cups. Yogurt cups na mikebe. Sisi tulikuwa tunaitumia kama chai. Kwanza breakfast slaps na container ya yogurt. And that's something we used to do growing up. My mom would never throw away a yogurt container. Kwanza aipate kwa dustbin. Anaweza ita family meeting. So, you finish consuming your yogurt, munaosha. Inaenda kwa vyombo. So I grew up doing the same thing. And then there's a house help I got. Alikuwa tangwa je. See, before Maggie. Maggie was like, this is too ghetto for me. I cannot be doing this. This girl, the first day she came to my house, she took all those containers. I've spent my adult life collecting these containers.
Ukona brands for years.
She took out my Delamere, my Brookside, my containers, all of them, and threw them out. So I come the next day. In the morning, I'm like, wow, this kitchen looks clean. You know, it looks different. Sina container.
Hata moja.
And then suddenly I realized, kumbe sina vikombe.
Because they are cups. I remember I got so embarrassed because of that specific thing. You have collected them, they have become the new cups. Yani mpaka you don't have glasses. Your glasses ni kaboto ka Ilara, Delamere. Unataka small ama unataka large. Unataka, do I keep your water in a small Delamere or a large Ilara? Unatakaje. And I remember having my first boyfriend who came to my house to like visit, and then I had to serve them water, and then I realized, nitatoa Delamere. Shall I be removing Delamere because
that's some ghetto shit.
It's ghetto. Now you have to collect. Look, you see Tupperware. That's why people value Tupperware, especially black people. We value Tupperware. Yani mimi nimekupatia ka container.
I had beef.
Because she
I brought her chapati in my Tupperware.
And then did I give it back or do I still have it?
You gave it back.
Okay.
That's why we're talking.
Okay.
I gave her Tupperware. And then it's like she has forgotten. She's forgotten about it.
Brand new.
Wow. What's happening? Hajui nakwanga ya minji. You know.
Tupperware
is important.
Let me tell you, that shit is expensive. And now, I think I've learned that people value Tupperware, but apparently people also value Ziploc bags. Zile za kuweka kwa freezer. Yo, mimi for the last three years, every time we've gone to visit my in-laws, I hear the same story. Wow, these Ziploc bags from the UK. You know these ones are from IKEA. Brand. She's like, wow, I need to return these. And every single year, for the last 3 years, we have taken those Ziploc bags from IKEA. And then the problem is you come home with it, You have no value for it. You're gonna toss it. Yo. Ziploc bag ya kuweka kwa freezer. That shit is gold.
And then I realized I never had pressure to buy actual utensils.
Because you had the mikebes.
No, sinanga wageni. That's another, became a recurring thing.
So nanunua za nini?
Even yesterday we had this discussion. We're like, kwani tunanga wageni by Why don't people visit us? That's the question. What's happening? You know, it's some ghetto thing happening. Hatuna wageni. So we become so comfortable in our solitude that, you know, so now I started having in-laws. I started having respectable people who could pop up at our house. That's when I started buying cups, plates, glasses.
Making sure the house is actually clean.
Wow.
Because I don't know who told us that they will come with white cloth. Siku ya wageni. Learned behavior. Ndio hiyo ingine.
I caught myself nikirearrange wardrobe. Nikajiuliza kwani hao wageni watakuja bedroom? Unafanya dusting it. As if you don't deserve to live in such a clean house. Lakini siku ya wageni, like before my son's birthday, I remember I did spring cleaning. I had like back pain. Curtains removed, everything dusted and clean. And then afterwards I'm asking myself, kwani me I don't deserve such treatment?
No, only for us to come and dirty your house.
Wow.
Yani tulikuja tukachafua.
No, oh, it's okay, it's alright.
Her white carpet, which she had made sure she has gone and gotten it laundered, it's clean. Tumemwaga makeki. So what for?
Your carpet you're not wash for the next day. Because me seeing a stain on a carpet.
It was a white carpet and poured red cake on it.
Yeah.
It was wild.
It's wild.
It was wild. But I think learned behaviors like that need to be changed. You don't necessarily need to, you know, that habit was you're running a streak to see whether there's dust because you have one guest coming. Can we relax? Dirty dishes. Your sink is looking fresh, clean. Ni kama hata mtu anasikia hebu kuweka kijiko hapo ama kikombe. Because you are intimidating them with your cleanliness. Can we stop?
But your house shouldn't be perfect.
It shouldn't.
Be a living space.
Habitable.
You know, it should be habitable. It should be a normal house.
Yeah.
Lakini nyumba iko tu white. Have you ever felt dirty walking into someone's house because you're like, are my feet clean enough
to walk and
to
sit.
Step into this house? You just feel some type of way.
So weird.
Can I bring my children to this house? Ama tutakuja kwa hii nyumba na toa invite tena. That's another thing.
That used to be me when I moved into this house. We had a cleaning lady. Alikuwa anasafisha, scrub. Oh, I wish she didn't change. But she changed immediately. Immediately I moved in. Things
it is the same thing. Immediately I moved in. The house help was very good, very consistent. All of a sudden akaanza kuwa na emergency.
Hakunjangi, hapigangi pasi, zinachangwa hapo zinakaa nitafanya next week.
Nikashindwa what's this? I thought it was just a work
team. They had been together for close to 8 years. 8 years.
But
in the 1 year that I moved in, her services got so deplorable. He lost his help. He lost his cleaning lady just like that.
Why do they do that?
And she was so good, Mahatuli. We used to lend her to other people, like for December holidays, because last days it's not that deep. You can come and clean after 2 weeks. We were not that dirty. Yo. Year one. Didn't really change.
Yeah, you know the environment is not. But you know, you realize, to run off topic, but anyway, you realize when it was just, when you were not involved, like they would call with very petty things.
Text message.
Iaje boss, unajua mtoto wangu amegongwa na tuk-tuk. Aki sijui unitumie. That was a cash.
Oh yeah, it switched up real quick. So I started to be the one to pay.
Yes.
Maybe you can send me a message uniambie your child has been eaten by a cockroach. What for? You will even feel immorality. So all that other extra money that you used to get, nice gone.
Like it was in general because you can no longer scam him.
I'm just protecting my interests.
Why are you mad at me?
Hey, don't. Hey, clean the plate.
Akaosha vyombo.
Yeah. Gosh. Actually, I think we have gotten off topic. Yeah, in summary, there's a lot of like learned behavior that we need to, because that passive aggressiveness, you know, the way your house help can be so passive aggressive, and because you've seen that you need to respect your elders, and it's always someone who's older than you. You need to respect your elders. Now you let them walk all over you, bruh. Bruh.
I had a house help who would
Respect your elders because you've been told.
lecture me. And I had a newborn at the time. So she has come to clean. But because she's older than me, she was a mama. Aki, she would come and lecture me. Hadi anaacha kufua nguo. Akuja tu anza kuniambia story. I'm like, what is happening?
I'm paying you to come and give me war in my own house. You're mad.
Ati hebu nisaidie hapa. Yo.
What? Me, the first and last time this mama came, there's a mama who came to clean my house. The first and last time. Ananiambia, kuja unisaidia kuweka duvet cover. Hapo ndio tulimalizia. Nimemwonyesha mara ya first, mara ya pili, mara ya tatu, mara ya nne, bruh. It's not rocket science.
Can I know my offense? Am I not paying you?
It's not rocket
I'm
science.
telling you to help you, Jeans.
Gosh.
Wasichana wa siku hizi ni kukaa tu kwa TV.
Nikukaa tu kwa TV. I'm not paying you.
I've been at work from Monday to Saturday. Hii siku moja nimekuja nataka kurelax. Umepatia mtoto chakula ama anakaanga tu hivyo? What do you mean? You just came here. What's happening?
You are an alien in this house. Can you respect the solar system?
Okay, older people sometimes.
It can really be a lot. If you don't, like, if you're not strict at the beginning, it just becomes like a sit-down. You've lost the war. Don't even try to fight the small battle.
True.
In summary, somehow we did the first topic for 10 minutes and then we did this topic for like 50. Here we are. It is what it is. I think as we conclude the show, as we always ask you,
the question we ask you all the time is,
did you like that?